take of the week. I think we'll see a Clippers, Dallas Mavericks, Western Conference Finals. I think the Clippers, they're built to beat anybody in the West. Kawhi Leonard, I think he'll play more games than he played last year. I think this team is going from being a 50-win team last season, finishing the season 18-3, going on a crazy run, being the best team at basketball, defending at a high level. This is one of the better defensive teams last year. Then you add a defender like Brook Lopez off the bench. Brook Lopez would start on a lot of teams at the center position. He would start on the Lakers. He would start on the Warriors. Like, he'd start on a lot of teams, a lot of contending teams in the West. And you have him as your backup big. Zubac is an all-star center caliber player. He should have been all-star last year. I think he'll take an even bigger jump with having guys that will ease the pressure off him. He won't have to play a lot of minutes. He won't have to be, like, he'll get a break. He'll get a breather. Having John Collins, having, Brook Lopez. I think when he is on the court, he's going to dominate. And another year of him and Harden doing the pick and pop, loud threat. And Harden, I think he's going to be even better than he was last year because he has so many guys to distribute the ball to. John Collins, Brook Lopez, pick and pop situation when they play together on the floor. Zubac, Bradley Beal being a nice two-guard he could play. I think Bradley Beal will be better than Norman Powell was last season. That's probably saying a lot, but Bradley Beal was an elite scorer. He just didn't have a role that he was confident in with the Phoenix Suns. He had to be a way better defender than he actually is. There was more pressure on him to defend. Scoring, it wasn't clear for him. With the Clippers, it'll be clear. When Kawhi sits and misses time, which he will, you will be able to go out there and put up 20. Go score as much as you want. So I think that's a perfect situation for Bradley Beal. And he could score at all levels. Like, he was still productive in Phoenix, still really good shooting the ball from three, 39%, almost 40. Really good mid-range game, got to the basket. So I think we'll see Bradley Beal. We'll see Washington Bradley Beal. This was a guy that averaged 30 a game not so long ago. So we'll see him back as an elite scorer. We'll see him look like a better defender too. Clippers have defenders. The Phoenix Suns didn't. He has a clear role. Chris Paul, he's going to be a nice player off the bench for the Clippers. Played 82 games last season. He's going to be a clear leader, a vocal leader, a coach on the court. And I think somebody that Kawhi would really like. I think Kawhi really benefits from having those vocal leaders, benefits from having those older veterans, a Kyle Lowry type of guy. Chris Paul could be that because he was still really productive last season. Averaged 8.8 points per game and 9.2 assists last season in 82 games. Bogey off the bench shooting threes. Chris Dunn, the Dunn Chamber, phenomenal defender, great defensive season. Derrick Jones Jr., Nicholas Batum, like, this team is deep as fuck. This is probably the best roster we've seen for the Clippers. So they took Denver 7. Denver took OKC 7. And if OKC had to see the Clippers, they probably lose that series last season. So if Aaron Gordon doesn't hit that dunk, game-winning dunk, the Clippers are probably in the finals, and they probably win a championship, realistically speaking. Because the Clippers were the worst matchup for the Thunder. A team that was going to take the Thunder over the brink because of how good they are defensively and the playmakers and the scorers they have. And they match up with the bigs for the Thunder really well. Chet wouldn't have been able to hold up against Zubac. So I think this year, with a better roster, better pieces, a deeper team, Ty Lue being a phenomenal coach, I think the Clippers can take down the Thunder, can take down Denver if they see any of those two teams before the Western Conference Finals. They'll take down both. They could take down those two teams, I think. And then you look at Dallas, the other team I have making the Western Conference Finals. I think Dallas, fully healthy. Kyrie is a phenomenal closer. Anthony Davis, when he's healthy, he dominates. The first game with the Dallas Mavericks, he dominated that first half. I think he had 20 points against Rockets, and then he got hurt. But, it's the injuries with Anthony Davis. But then the play-in, they won that play-in game. They lost the final play-in game. But the Mavs, how deep this team is, Jason Kidd really like him as a coach. The bigs that they have, Daniel Gafford, Derek Lively, Anthony Davis, we didn't get to see them all three together fully healthy that much last season. But Anthony Davis has been begging to have bigs around him. He finally has that now. So he's going to be able to play the power forward position. He's going to be able to be as dominant as he was in the bubble when he had JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard. So I'm excited to see him take a leap and be the best player on this team while Kyrie's hurt. And Cooper Flag, he had 31 points in the Summer League. They shut him down for the Summer League because he was so dominant, so good. I'm really excited about him. He's the most NBA-ready prospect we've seen in quite some time. Great defender, good offensive bag, polished prospect. Jason Kidd's going to cook with them. He could be their point guard to start the season. D'Angelo Russell, they got him for cheap. Max Christie was really good last season in his stretch of games with the Dallas Mavericks. Caleb Martin, PJ Washington, Najee Marshall's a great defender. So they have a really good team, deep as hell. If they would have been healthy too, this would have been another team that could have took OKC to the brink. They beat OKC the previous season. Kyrie, Anthony Davis, Cooper Flag, Klay Thompson. He's going to be a solid shooter when he needs to be. So this Mavericks team really scares me. So does the Clippers. These are two teams that none of the top teams in the West want to see.
Some people thought the NFC North was going to be the worst division in football this season. They thought it was going to be as bad as the NFC South.